What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. This goes out to all signs, sun, moon, and rising, Venus, Jupiter. Just toss it all in there. It's Crafting Conjure. Let's jump into a little channel messages, shall we? The road is really harsh right now, and it feels like maybe you're carrying 16,000 backpacks on your back with 14 bricks in each one. But this journey is to fortify you, to prepare you. How can you be ready for the immaculate blessings that are going to fall upon you soon if you have not known pain? The world's soul is hurting, and it's time for people to fix it. If you look to the younger generations, you'll see that they are really trying to heal the world's soul. Not all are perfect. Is everything good to go? No. Are certain methods kind of not cool? Yeah. But they're trying. And each generation has its method that it uses. We might not agree with it, but this is their generation, is it not? We're still here, but it's for them now. This will be a short message. For those that are looking for love, you will find it when you can get out and about. For those that are looking for finances, you will run into the new current when you decide to say to yourself that the old current no longer benefits you. And I think we all know that the old current no longer works. If you are looking for spirituality, you will find it, but you will find it in the uncomfortable aspect of your world. You will find it in the discomfort of your soul. You will find it in the torture, the torment, the pain, and the sadness. And also you will find it in areas that you just don't like to go. So if you don't like nature, well, that's where it is. If you don't like ticks, well, that's where it is. If you don't like leeches, well, that's where it is. If you don't like bees, well, that's where it is. But I'll give you a hint. Before you go out to fellowship with nature, ask her beings to be kind to you. Love is going to come forth in many forms, and it will affect people quite differently. Gentlemen, quite a few of you are going to have your hearts rocked. So get ready for that. And it's not going to be the type of heart rocking that just breaks you in half and leaves you. No, it's the long haul heart rock. It's the kind that's going to hit you, and no matter how much you want to pull away, you're not going to be able to, because when you start to pull away, you're going to be able to look at her and you're going to feel her pain. Ladies, 2020 into 2021 and beyond is going to be quite interesting for you. Quite a few of you are going to open up and unfurl. You're going to blossom. And people will feel your emotions. It'll come to a point that you won't have to say any more words. You'll simply just have to sit there and be. And people will feel your emotions. And that's pretty good, because when people can feel your emotions, they know exactly what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? And ladies, I know you're going through quite a bit. So for the ladies that resonate with this, no, you cannot help that individual find his divine masculine. Only he can find his divine masculine. You cannot help him find his divine feminine, because only he can find his divine feminine. Gentlemen, same with you. I want my gentlemen to walk in their power for 2020 and 2021. We as a whole, as a collective, have some work to do. Yeah, I know a few might say, well, the past isn't my fault, and I'm not talking about this and that. I'm talking about something completely different. I'm talking more on the lines of healing the divine feminine, because if you read a lot of the mythology and the lore of the past, the divine feminine wasn't always welcomed. Or she was welcomed only to be kicked out. Ladies, I know you know. And gentlemen that are awakened, I know you know. That does not mean that I'm going on you saying that you screwed up. That's not it, because it's not so much you screwed up. It's kind of like a party, and your friends left their junk and you have a lady coming over. Well, you don't want to bring a lady to a room or a house that looks like a frat party gone wild, right? So you got to clean up. It sucks, but you have to do it. The ladies shall thank you. Ladies, I want you to work on trying to allow a few of us, not so much me or Bob or Joe or Quan or whoever, but letting us back in. We're not going to do this separated. We're not going to be able to do this separated. We need to rise so we can rise together. There is pain in both sides. I'm not jumping into who started what, who did what, who will do what. I'm jumping into there is pain on both sides that we need to fix. Gentlemen, you need to operate in the magician energy, and ladies, you should operate in the high priestess energy. This will help you vibe well with the other person. It's a very interesting time, and I think it's time that many of us finally admit to ourselves that not everybody is trying to push towards a better day. And what I mean by that is, if you stand for something and the person comes forth and you know what they're saying is dead wrong, sometimes you just have to say, well, I'll see you later. And I don't mean on the level of you think they're dead wrong. I mean on the level of half the planet might think that they're dead wrong. And that could be anything from what is currently going on to an outdated mindset. Don't argue, gentlemen. Don't argue, ladies. Just say, okay, I love you, but I'm going to have to love you from afar because we're not vibing very well right now. And I believe in a few things that you don't believe in. And you believe in some stuff that I don't believe in. And it just doesn't work. I know you are a good person. You've never kicked a kitten or hurt a puppy or beat anybody stupid, but we just don't agree. And I feel that maybe, we need to step away from each other for a while until we can transmute what blocks us from vibing peacefully. And then you go off and build your empire, and that person goes off and builds their empire. Maybe one day you can come together and agree just enough to help the future generations build their empire. I heard intergenerational wealth. Not as in it's about to be handed to you. No. But more on the lines of the energy is about to be handed to you, and the ancestors, deities, angels, universe, daemons, whatever you choose or whoever you choose to work with, elementals, fairy, so forth and so on. They want you to put it to good use. And not just so much about helping impoverished people, but helping yourself transmute what no longer serves you so you can move forth into this 2021 energy in a BMW type style M5. Do you feel me? With a V12 and fire shooting out the tailpipes with Vin Diesel beside you and The Rock and a whole bunch of other stuff. So the message tonight is what we once were, knew, had, focused on is now kind of technically gone, and there's a whole new thing coming in, and honestly, the answer is within the younger generation. Let's run back up for them, but understand that we have some things we have to work on, and don't think that the younger generation doesn't have anything that they don't have to work on, because they do. They're growing, they will mature, they will look back and see many things and say, I could have handled that better. Why? Because we did the same thing. The generation before us did the same thing. The generation before them did the same thing. So be open to change. Be open to love. I know this might rub a few people the wrong way, but I think it's more like the Scorpionic Aqua Leo thing in me or whatever with a twist of Cancer. I got Scorpio all through my chart. But I think that's all I got for you. You know what I'm saying? But intergenerational wealth was something that popped out again in my soul. So just know you're not going to get $1 million dropped on your lap, but you're going to get the energy to start building. And it sucks. You might not see the $1 million in your lifetime, but guess what? The next 4 or 5 generations will, and they'll take that. They won't see the billion, but the next generation after them just might. But they won't see the trillion, but the next generation after them just might. See where I'm going with it? Let's rock it. Let's get this money. Let's put it to good use. Let's heal each other, heal the world's soul, and love one another. And also, let's get rid of some of this bullshit that we shouldn't even have no more. Because some of these things we look at with wide eyes and say, you know damn well that does not exist or need to exist in humanity. Some things hold us back, and it's time to change. Every last one of us. You feel me? It's Crafting Conjure. If this resonated with you in some way, shape, manner, or form, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll probably pull some cards on it tomorrow to see what's going on. All right? Peace.